So I'm getting ready to go to Tactical Response for fighting pistol. I think on the way up to Camden, Tennessee, I'll probably drive the new whip. That's what they call it, right? Nowadays, the kids, they call it a whip. Yeah. Believe me, I know that there's cars out there that do that. I just never have owned one of them. So I shared it with you. Just got done with the broadcast, and in my mind, as I was finishing up, I was going through the checklist, which I still got a couple of items to get for the fighting pistol class at Tactical Response that's coming up this weekend. But the other day, let's get this out of the way. The other day, I did get to go to Ace Firearms, and I did get to pick up the 2 primary weapons I'm going to be carrying. Now, I will carry a backup weapon just in case, but I don't expect this to be the issue. I don't expect this to become an issue. My 2 primary weapons will be 2 MAC pistols from Ace Firearms. FP9, CP9. Now, the difference between what you saw earlier this year and what we have here today is a few things. First off, this slide is completely 100% Ace Firearms made at Ace Firearms on site a few miles down the road. The pattern that you see, the laser etching on either side that you see, and my logo that you see, that's also laser etched. This has all of the attributes of a custom pistol in its feel. It has very nice Trijicon sights, front and back, and it has this one has a ZEV trigger, and it also has a TLRS 1 light on the end of it, which I'm going to take the class with both pistols with lights on them, simply because this may be the way I start carrying guns. The old eyesight thing, you know. These are night sights, by the way, and they glow enough to where you can just about read a book with them. That is the CP9. This is the FP9. This is the Glock 17 size variant. Once again, all the attributes of a custom gun. You've got the lightened slide, which one thing that both of these guns have in common also is that these have an 18-pound spring in them with this lightened slide. So what should happen is when you are running the gun, it should run flatter and quicker. This has a lightning trigger in it, and of course I still have a TLRS 1S. These are both S's, that's why the strobe. I think the strobe is a good thing to have if you're going to shine a light on somebody's face. The barrels and the springs, and that's the only thing that is a Glock part. This is actually a 2.0 because the next thing to be home done internally at Ace Firearms will be the lower. They are working on finding the mold, and they'll either do it themselves or they will have somebody do it for them. For the time being, these are the Polymer 80 lowers. They sort of, you know, the overall geometry is sort of that of a 3rd gen Glock. The spring on the inside is like a 3rd gen Glock. So this should go pretty well. Like I said, I'm going to have a backup pistol just on the off chance. But I've got to run 1,000 rounds combined between these 2 guns, and I do not expect to have any problem with that. To find out more about what Ace Firearms can do, because like they can take what you got, they can take your Glock that you have right now and do a custom treatment on either the slide or the frame. To find out anything about that, go to this website right here. Tell them that I sent you, of course. To find out the class schedule for Tactical Response, going up there Friday, going to be dining with Rob Morse from Polite Society Podcast, Self-Defense Gun Stories, a frequent guest on the show. And then the class kicks off 8 a.m. sharp on Saturday morning It'll be a 2-day class, Saturday and Sunday. We'll be filming some there. We'll be filming some other things, giving our impressions of the class. Training is going to be my thing this year. This is going to be the thing I'm going for. So this is the first part of it. Halfway through the year, but you know, we'll see what we get. In any event, I'll be back soon. Everybody stay safe. I am out.